The banking industry is undergoing significant changes that will affect everyone with a bank account. As we look ahead to 2024, advisory firms like Deo, Fitch, and Moody are providing insights into the future landscape of the banking sector. The focus is on how banks will navigate challenges such as higher interest rates, reduced money supply, more assertive regulations, climate change, and geopolitical tensions. Deo, one of the major advisory firms, recently released its banking industry forecast for 2024. According to Deo, the ability of banks to generate income and manage expenses will face new tests due to disruptive forces reshaping the foundational architecture of the banking and capital markets industry. The forecast highlights key drivers, including higher interest rates, reduced money supply, more assertive regulations, climate change, and geopolitical tensions. One of the major concerns in the forecast is the modest long-term growth of lending. Deo expects that borrowing costs will remain high, leading to restrained growth in lending. Despite the Federal Reserve's anticipated interest rate cuts in 2024, Deo suggests that banks will continue with restrictive credit lending policies. This tightening is attributed to a less favorable economic outlook and a potential deterioration in collateral values and credit quality. Deo emphasizes that a significant portion of a bank's income comes from lending, and the challenges in this area are expected to persist. The mention of collateral values dropping by as much as 40% raises concerns about the impact on commercial real estate, a topic explored in detail in a previous video. The credit quality is also under scrutiny, with banks building reserves in response to increasing stress in this aspect. According to Deo, large banks seem better positioned to weather economic downturns, boasting adequate liquidity and strong capital buffers. The Federal Reserve stress test results support this claim. However, the forecast indicates a growing gap between the outlook for large banks and regional small to mid-size banks. Regional banks, particularly those lacking scale, are anticipated to face challenges in reducing costs and optimizing loan composition, putting them at a disadvantage compared to larger players. Fitch, another credit rating agency, echoes Deo's concerns about regional banks, stating that challenges for these banks will persist into 2024. Fitch suggests that regional banks lacking in scale will be disproportionately pressured to reduce costs and optimize loan composition, potentially leaving larger banks in a favorable position to gain market share through mergers and acquisitions. Despite the Federal Reserve's repeated assurances of the banking system's resilience, Fitch warns that it's too early to celebrate. The vulnerability of regional banks, especially smaller ones, becomes apparent as Fitch notes that these banks are already grappling with weak credit demand, with some experiencing double-digit declines, according to Fitch data. Moody, another key player in financial analysis, recently issued a warning about the banking industry, citing reinflation as one of the biggest risks. Moody's emphasizes the importance of banks accurately predicting rate moves to avoid failure. The outlook for regional banks, according to Moody's, remains negative, urging banks with significant exposure to commercial real estate to consider restructuring their investment portfolios to mitigate risks associated with potential higher rates. The call to action from Moody's is clear: banks should proactively restructure their investment portfolios to navigate potential challenges rather than passively waiting for a more favorable outcome. This aligns with the sentiment that hope is not a strategy when it comes to the financial sector. As we reflect on these industry forecasts, it's crucial for individuals to consider the implications for their own financial well-being. The fate of regional banks, especially those lacking scale, raises questions about the stability of smaller financial institutions. How will these changes impact the everyday consumer? What steps can individuals take to ensure the security of their financial assets? In the midst of these discussions, it's essential to highlight that while there's no need for panic, the signs indicate that the banking industry is in a state of transformation. The forecasts from Deo, Fitch, and Moody collectively paint a picture of an industry facing challenges that go beyond the usual rhetoric of resilience. This is a call for individuals to be vigilant, understand the dynamics at play, and make informed decisions about their financial futures. Everyday Americans, your insights matter. How do you perceive the future of the banking industry, considering the challenges outlined in these forecasts? Leave your comments above, and let's engage in a conversation about the potential impact on the lives of individuals and families. In conclusion, as we navigate the uncertainties of the banking industry's future, it's crucial to stay informed, be proactive in financial planning, and engage in discussions that empower individuals to make informed decisions about their financial well-being. Disclaimer: the content provided is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Individual circumstances may vary, and it is recommended to consult with a financial professional for personalized guidance.